out on the track for the next event, the Steeplechase. Fastest time in the world this year, 8:04. 8 minutes hasn't been threatened yet. There's the world number one, El Bakkali of Morocco. Silver medalist in the World Championships 2 years back. He was fourth in Rio. Just 10 days ago, he was third in the All-Africa Games in Rabat in 8:19. And Keegan, well, he will be a major threat as well. Benjamin Keegan, he won the All-Africa Games, has great flat speed, he's a 3:36 1500 performer. And there's getting at Wale of Ethiopia, just 19 years old. He was second in the All-Africa Games, so both Keegan and Wale, gold and silver in front of El Bakkali in Rabat 10 days back. Kipruto there, well, Conseslus Kipruto is the reigning world and Olympic champion, but he has been injured, raced for the first time in Paris a couple of weeks back. He was slightly sick before that race, finished fifth in 8:13, but I understand from his agent he's been training hard in Holland the last couple of weeks, and along with his coach, Japta Kitur, to accompany him, he has got himself back into pretty good shape. So we shall see whether Kipruto, the Olympic, World and Commonwealth champion, can match the fellows who've shown good form throughout this season. Only 12 men have ever broken 8 minutes, 10 of them Kenyan-born. El Bakkali's world best performance this season, produced in Monaco back in early July, 8:04. The world record was set this track, by the way, by Shaheen of Qatar, 7:53 back in 2004. Indeed, that world record of Shaheen celebrated its 15th birthday just 3 days ago. Now, the pace that's been requested is quick, it's crisp. It could lead to a sub-8 minute performance if they stick with it. The first kilometre has been requested at 2:38. And you need somebody who's prepared to go with those two pacemakers, Kones and Kipsang. Kones, Wilberforce, Chemiat Kones is the first pacemaker. He's an 8:22 performer at his best in the steeplechase. He's got to 1K in around 2:38, and then for 2K they've asked for 5:18, so a 2:40 middle kilometre split. But Wale is leading the chase, and he doesn't seem too prepared to go with this. You need somebody to take the responsibility when a fast pace is requested by somebody in the field, and then the pacemakers pull away and get a gap like this. It's so frustrating, because you think, well, which of you asked for that pace? Why aren't you going with it? What's the point? Bakkali, tallest in the field, happy to sit in there in about 8th or 9th place at the moment, just watching the rest of these men as they come to the water jump for the first time. No problems there. Be interesting to see how Conseslus Kipruto goes in this sort of company. There he is in the grey vest, about 7th place. Stuttering badly before that barrier. El Bakkali is watching Kipruto as his pacemakers continue to push on. They go through with 6 laps to run. They're trying their hardest to drag this field out to a 2:38 clocking. I'm not sure it's going to be that quick. Well, back to this steeplechase, almost 3.5 minutes on the clock, and sure enough, that first kilometre was a lot slower than expected. Remember, they wanted 2:38? Well, it was 2:41.95, and that's the pacemakers. So the pack, most of the pack were going through in around 2:43, 2:44. Not quick, that's 8:10, 8:12 pace. Germa is long and lean, isn't he? Pushing along behind these pacemakers in 3rd place. He's only 18 years old, the Ethiopian lad. Came 3rd in Paris a couple of weeks back in a very crisp 8:08. And it was only a few tenths outside his lifetime best. El Bakkali, who has a viciously quick finish, back in 8th place, just staying off the curb, so he gets a good view of the barriers as he comes to them, but he looks very relaxed indeed, the Moroccan. It's pretty open, the steeplechase this year. Going into the World Championships, nobody really features. That's Tindu.
4. She's getting better and better.
Well, remember, almost 2:42 at 1,000. The pacemaker still out there. Wale in 2nd place. The youngster has been given the responsibility of going with the pace. And 2:46 that 2nd kilometre. Well, 5:28 at 2K. They really have dawdled through the middle stages of the race, and that means it's a kicker's race. Caballero of Spain, Caro, excuse me, European Championship silver medalist, is towards the back of the group. They're second from the back in the headband. But this opens up all sorts of possibilities. When a race is this slow, and they come through now with 2 laps to run, the pack is all there, quite tightly bunched. Who is going to lose patience and kick away from this turgid mid-race tempo? El Bakkali in 5th place now, has moved up. Is there as well. Boer of the USA. You can see in about 4th or 5th place on the inside, running the shortest line. So it's Wale and Germa. Keegan, who is so strong, the winner of the African Games, as I said, just 10 days or so ago. He moving up around the outside, and El Bakkali is shadowing him. He knows he's got his hands full here, El Bakkali. About 550 to run, and nobody has yet really committed or tested this field. They're all gambling on being able to hurdle well on that final lap and defeat the others with a sprint on the last 400 circuit. 3 abreast, El Bakkali in the slipstream.
Well, you wonder if it's Bakkali's year, because El Bakkali, of course, in the last 2 Diamond League finals has been pipped by Kipruto as they hit the bell, and El Bakkali now well placed, and Kipruto is playing catch up here.
Well, Conceição Kipruto is back in about 7th place. He just hasn't got the form, I think, to go with this, although he has got fabulous flat speed. Wale and Germa, the 2 youngsters from Ethiopia. Well, can you believe that this is the event that the Kenyans say they've dominated their territory? 10 of the 12 men in history have gone under 8 minutes in Kenyan. But Wale and Germa here from Ethiopia with El Bakkali, the Moroccan, mixing it with them. Keegan trying to go with them as well, although he's grimacing hard now. The water jump for the final time. This is vital, but El Bakkali takes it very smoothly indeed. There's Hilary Boer goes through with his number having dropped down, his bib number having dropped down. He's in 5th place and isolated. But as El Bakkali got the speed of this final barrier, he moves wide there. Up alongside, sandwiched between the 2 young Ethiopians, working hard for the line. Is he going to get there? The Ethiopian moves wide, out into lane 3 they finish. Well, that might come down to the referee, I'm not sure. El Bakkali having to shove.
Well, you have to feel sorry for El Bakkali. For once, Kipruto not in contention. That's no surprise given the injury problems we've had. But off that last barrier, El Bakkali got his head down, didn't he? Quite literally. And there, was that an arm just putting across him from Wale? Maybe we'll have another look at that. We may have some repercussions, but Wale would not be moved. And El Bakkali, well, you know, the margin by which he lost to Kipruto in the last 2 years, the sum of that is only 1400ths of a second, and once again he has to settle for 2nd place, provided that Wale is not penalised for that arm. I'm not sure he did enough to warrant disqualification.
No, I agree. I don't think that merited disqualification. It was borderline, shall we say, and El Bakkali didn't seem to be remonstrating afterwards, so he's accepted it. All the photographers looking for that special shot in the water jump. El Bakkali, though, looked strong and confident, and I thought he would have the legs off that final barrier. He moved wide to get past the youngster, but Wale, well, at 19 years of age, he's only about a second outside his lifetime best there to win that one. Hasn't raced since Monaco, apart from the All-Africa Games, so he's really restricted his racing. But a 1 and 3 for Ethiopia. They're bracketing El Bakkali, the world #1 on paper.